Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello,
Okay, what's your name?
I'm John Kinochin.
And you?
my name is Vilda Teno.
Okay, so today's interview, maybe I start by asking you this question. Were you born physically challenged or you acquired it in the state of living?
Okay, for me, I was not born like this. I got an accident at the age of 10 years when I was in class 5. Yeah, and it was a spinal cord injury.
For me, also, I was not born like this. I got burnt at the age of 1 month. Yes.
So, having acquired these things that led you to be physically challenged, what was your parents' reaction perhaps from the beginning?
Okay, for me, let me say at that time I was still studying. I was a child. I remember that that time I was told to go and study school that is near our home because of the thing that happened to me. Okay, so I remember that time there are some school we looked with my parents to go and continue my study, but those schools refused because they were saying that a child with disability in that community they are saying that a child with disability should not go to school. But with my parents, we went to the Ministry of Education, Director of Education, Kisumu County, and we insisted. And now I realized that that children with disability are not allowed to go to school because of their challenge. But for me, with my parents, we pressured them, and I went back to school. Now I'm at Maseno. Yeah, I'll share more. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, for me, it was a bit different when I got, I can say, maybe I can call myself among those people who were born with a disability because I acquired my disability when I was very young at the age of 1 month. So when I was growing up, I think my family was so supportive. The nuclear family, let me talk about that. But then the entire society did not believe in a young woman with disability, and it comes with a number of exclusion and discrimination to a point I wanted to go to school, but then nobody was offering me that chance. Even yes, I went to school, but then it was not inclusive. For example, the games that were being played in schools were not inclusive, and to some point I think it made me mature up when I was still young because I had to pretend maybe people are playing, but now I had to pretend like I'm sick, or I go to the loo the entire period people are on breaks, so that I don't just get to feel this exclusion. Yeah.
And so, having been taken to school, how was life there in school, maybe at primary?
Oh, personally, to be in a environment where you are a unique person there, for me to accept it, no, at that time, now realizing that I'm not working, it was not easy to accept it. I had to be call my mentors to advise me to accept the situation, because at first I refused even to use the wheelchair, but I was advised, I was told that that's not the end of life. You have to continue. You just focus on your education, because education is the only thing that has remained for you. And in the environment I was in, that primary, like games and other stuff, like my fellows, the other students, when you're naifanya those stuff, I couldn't do it. But in that as we go, I thank God there was an organization called Cheshire came and started this inclusive. At least now we could play together. But before I could participate because I saw that they were neglecting me. Yeah.
Yeah, the same happened to me, and for me, I ended up in a children's home for that reason. And part of my life, like almost half of it, I spent in a children's home, which it's an enclosed place where you don't interact with any other person apart from those in that compound. And in regards to that, I can say I didn't accept myself for so long. Yet maybe I think the society, but the whole of my primary school, I struggled with acceptance. Same to high school, but at some point, yes, I was feeling I've accepted myself. But when I go back to the community, then people are looking at you as if you are not a normal person. Then I realized, okay, I'm not that normal as I thought I was. So despite just accepting myself, which I felt I was accepting myself, the society brought me down. And also, just to say, John Keane has been, we are again meeting, but also we met in that program. And I transferred from where I was when I came to the new school, and that is where I also met Cheshire. And with that support, I think things change. Yeah, things change, especially when it comes to now how we were being addressed in school. I was being given an opportunity even to lead, even just doing the normal manual work other person will do, because the other time we're like, no, you can't do it, no, you can't do it. And nobody was giving me an opportunity to maybe just show them, because I was doing them at home. Yeah.
And so in this, you've said you are taken to a what home?
A children's home.
Oh, here in children's homes, were there people with disability?
No, I was the only one with disability, but also that one was connected because I wanted to learn, but then nobody was willing to support me to learn. Yeah, so it also contributed to me going there, but I was the only person with disability. But my life there was very easy in a way that I have just to get me used to you, and you, then I know John Keane knows me, you know me, so there's no any other third party who is coming and I have to now feel like I'm neglected. Yeah.
And so, okay, maybe at the early stages of life, did these changes in life ever make you feel like you are not accepted? Did you ever face any kind of psychological or even mental psychological or physical breakdown on the same?
Me, I don't think so, because like I've told you how I got an accident, those challenges, but later I accepted it, and at that time I started now advocating for the children's disability. So let me say I recover very fast. Me, there's nothing like I was affected psychologically. Yeah.
And you?
I'm not sure whether I was affected, because I've been living like this way the entire life, so I can't know exactly which time I was affected. But then the time I was affected psychologically is when it comes to relating with other people. Yeah, when people make you feel like you are not normal. And I also see that it informed my career that I'm doing currently, and also the advocacy that I do in regards to young persons with disability. So I think it changed my life, despite the society giving me that backlash. It changed my life really. And it made me realize exactly what I want in life and how I want to do it.
And so, in regards to going to school, with a school where there are no more people with disability, okay, actually the number of people with disability in this school is less. In secondary, did you ever face any kind of stigma or discrimination from your peers?
Yes, I did, but I found my way out. I ventured into leadership because it will give me power, so that when people want to look down upon me, they look at me as somebody to power, and it solved the entire solution that I had. I know I wasn't a good leader at that time, because the only thing I didn't want the favor of everybody. I didn't want somebody to me like I'm a very different person who should not, like, why are you here? Because I remember there were stories that I had a maid in school, which I didn't have. Like, somebody was, I was in a boarding school, so there were issues. Maybe she has a maid, maybe what. So my friends were considered to be people who have been employed to just take care of me. So in regards to that, I ventured into leadership in high school, not because I wanted to be a leader, but it was the only solution I had at that point. Yes, and it also informed my leadership skills. Now I had to grow, and I realized I can be a leader, and yeah. So my solution to my problems was just being a leader at that time.
Okay, and have you ever faced any form of stigma or
Okay,
discrimination?
at that time when I was joining my high school again, it came that I'm not supposed to go to a normal school. I have to go to a special school where my fellows are. And remember, I was supposed to go to Kisumu Day. When I went there, they told me, "Oh, you are disabled. We cannot take you here. Just go to Joyland." I said, "Oh, this is still the thing that I experienced before." No, I just decided, let me join Joyland School and continue, but I'll now come back fully and advocate for this inclusive. And reaching Form 2 with the support of Cheshire and other organization, I came out strongly and say that let person with disability students go to their school of choice. Don't hinder them that they should go to a special school. Because remember, a special school, most of the special school are very expensive. So I came out to advocate so that parents who are coming from humble background can take their children with disability to their school of choice, not a must to go to a special school. Yes, thank you.
So, as an advocate for people with disability, which organization are you working with?
I can't say that I have organization I work with. I'm in different organization. I'm in many different organizations.
Are you an advocate in all?
Yes. Okay, like as for now, I'm now advocating for youths so that for youth with disability to also get spaces. As you know that there are challenges that youths face. So I wanted also youth with disability to also. I know because we face the same challenges. So these benefits that are come to youths, we also enjoy as youth with disability. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And then, so now in campus, being that you are pursuing different courses, have you ever received the same cases of stigma or discrimination from your fellows here in campus?
No, personally, no, because I'm an empowered person. Like in my class, I'm the class rep. So me, I don't feel anything. People respecting me, it's like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, for me also I can say no because I have been the chairperson for your persons with disability in the university. So I'm a champion already. So for me it's not a problem anymore. Yeah. But I also can say in my high school I didn't tell anybody when I was going anywhere. I didn't inform anybody that I had a disability because I knew it was going to be something to let me be shut before I got where I wanted to be. Yes.
Wow, so I'm here with the leaders everywhere, and I'm not a leader anyway. Okay, maybe if we conclude as advocates for people with disability, what advice can you give to the society out there who are still maybe not accepting people who with disability in the various communities?
Okay, what I can say that any person with disability, as you know that you are disabled, just accept the way you are. After accepting yourself, my friend, believe me that you'll go places. If you have not accepted yourself, you'll just remain like that. First, I accepted how I am, then that's why I'm here. Yes.
And for me, I'll say that there are some things we can't change, and even if we hope to change them, we can't change them. So it's also first a matter of me accepting myself as a person, but then also the society should look at me as Vilda before you see the disability in me. Yeah. So as part of what I do, as part of advocacy, I ventured more into sexual reproductive health and rights, and which is a major concern when it comes to young persons with disability. When things are made, when policies are made, we are nowhere to be seen, and people think even we have a different reproductive system. People think like we have a different body apart from any other person. Yeah, so my advice will be me accepting myself first, but then also the society we should embrace an inclusive society with an intersectional lens whereby don't just look at me as a Vilda as a whole. I'm not a homogeneous being, but then education might be a barrier to me, and the same ethnicity might be a barrier. My religion might also be a barrier. So all these things at one point they intersect in one person who is me. Yeah, thank you.
And so there are parents who are still holding on their children at home. Maybe they don't get the education they deserve, being that they are physically challenged. What advice can you give to such parents?
No, remember, it depends with their community. The community where he or she is coming from those parents. No, because there's some community belief that when a person is disabled, maybe it's from cars and all that others. So the advice I can give to those parents, just let them come out and accept it has already happened. Yeah, that's
Okay, my advice goes back to the society. Society informed a lot on how we do things, on how we see things. So if the society, it starts from you individually. If you can just have a mind change on how you view disability, then I believe the entire society will view it differently. So my advice is going back, just if you can't change something, we have to accept the way we have it in the society. Yeah.
Okay, I really appreciate for your time and dedicating yourselves to be inspiration to other people out there. How I wish many people will watch this video so that they can share it with others. We can enhance a society that is non-disability inclusive. Thank you for being here. I appreciate.
welcome.
Thank you.